Hello and welcome back. This is Fashion Doll Dreamer, and today we're going to have a brief look at some iconic Barbies from 1979 that were released in 1980, and that's Black Barbie and Hispanic Barbie. Now, 1979 was a rather pivotal year in Mattel Barbie's history because they really expanded the definition of the Barbie look. Up until then, Barbie herself was, of course, widely known as being blonde, Caucasian, big smiley face and snub nose, especially in the Superstar era, and you'll see some of my photos of my Superstar era dolls there. Even before that, there was Malibu Barbie with her tan, she was a very California girl, and even before that, Barbie was largely Caucasian. Now, of course, there were friends of different ethnicities, starting with Francie, who was supposedly Barbie's cousin, but she came in a so-called coloured version, as it was pronounced, as it was said then, in the dealer's catalogue, and she came out in 1967. And she was around from 1968 as well. And then around in 1968, you also had Christy and her boyfriend, Brad. And later on, of course, in the 70s, you had her fashion model friend, Cara, and Curtis, which was a free-moving Curtis. He was only available then. So up until then, Barbie had lots of friends of different ethnicities, or friends of colour, we should say. But herself, she was still quite Caucasian. Now, of course, Black Barbie wasn't the first time that they expanded the definition of the Barbie look. You had that in 1975 with Hawaiian Barbie, a very popular doll back in the day. All my friends had her. She was widely available even here in Australia, and she was the first time you had a non-Caucasian doll named Barbie herself. And then, though, you had something quite monumental, and that is in the late 70s, or 1979, I should say, with the Dolls of the World. That started then, and it was a very long-running series. Now, of course, Dolls of the World, as most collectors know, ran for several decades. It was a very popular long-running series and featured dolls that represented countries from all over the world. So you had Indian Barbie, you had Italian Barbie, who was very popular and was one of the first. You had Scottish Barbie, Irish Barbie, a whole bunch of different nations represented there. You also had the unfortunately named Oriental Barbie. That was an unfortunate name at the time. But she was the doll with the first Asian head mold that was used subsequently for several years afterwards on different dolls. So you had her as well. But adjacent to that, these two dolls were released. They weren't part of Dolls of the World, per se. They were their own entity there, and they expanded the Barbie look. As we said, it expanded into different ethnicities. So all of a sudden, you had a Black Barbie, who was quite historical at the time, because it's the first time that Barbie herself was of colour. And, there was a wonderful documentary on Netflix about it recently by Shonda Rhimes. You can still see it, I think, there. And there's some misinformation in there a little bit. And some of the interviews, they were kind of misguided, I guess. But it was a really good documentary on her. And because of that, the value of Black Barbie has skyrocketed in the secondary market. Now, I luckily got this girl in the box NRFB many years ago when you could get her for a song, and there were quite a few around. I think I got her for about $45, if that.
Don't hate me.
Yeah, don't hate me, please. And I have deboxed her since then. It was before I was making videos, and I took photos of her. But largely I kept the box. I kept everything, so I put her back in the box because I love the way she displays in the box, and so now she sits on my shelf in her box. But we will do a re-deboxing today, just a brief one of her, just to see what's inside for those of you who are thinking of getting her, and I would recommend getting her. She did have a repro made of her recently. A lot of people have that one. That's quite a good repro, I think. I'm not really into the repros, but that one was a pretty good one from what I've heard and what I've seen. But no, this is the vintage girl that was released in 1980 with a box date of 1979. I also remember seeing just a few of these at my city department store back in the day when I was a kid and really wanted her. There was hardly any promotion on her. There was no ads I didn't see her in any catalogs. I just happened to see a couple of them on the shelf at our big city department store called Maya. Wish I got her. I was going to go back and get her because I didn't have any money back then for her. But why aren't I focusing? Okay, here we go. Yes, there you go. But yeah, so I missed out on her back then, but I did get her many years later. With Hispanic Barbie, I don't really remember her on the shelves in the store. Maybe she was, but don't remember her. But rediscovered her as an adult collector just recently, actually, and thought she was beautiful because of both of them, as you can see, have the Steffi head molds. The Steffi face mold, which is iconic, used on several dolls throughout the decades, still being used, I think, to this day. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's an iconic, very versatile sculpt. Let's put it that way. It was used on many dolls. It was even used on that Hawaiian Barbie that I showed you earlier. So you know, it could lend itself to so many different ethnicities, I guess, and so many different incarnations. So you see it both on Black Barbie and Hispanic Barbie there. I just loved her coloring too. Just the dark hair and that tan colored skin is beautiful. And I love her lips more than anything. It's got a slight gloss on them that the late 70s dolls had. She has kind of a serene expression too. Now, I didn't get her in the box at all. I actually just got her from a collector who didn't play with her, obviously, and sent me the cutouts of the box, as you can see there. I mean, I wish she actually just sent the box, but I have no room for it anyway on any of my shelves or any of my drawers or anything else. So maybe it was a good idea I just had the artwork there. As you can see, that's that wonderful illustration that was in the back of the box there, and all the features that she had. And you can see there, that was the front of the box, obviously. She was the European, the one sold in Europe, as you can see, because she's got all the translation underneath. Dark eyes, dark hair. Yeah, so there we go. And yeah, that's her there. I'm dying to dress her in something more contemporary from that time, from the late 70s. I've got an idea for an outfit that's actually comprised of two separate outfits from the late 70s, early 80s. So I wonder how that's going to work out for her. Also in red, black and white. And then I might put her in the Arco office or on the Superstar shelf if I dress her in my second choice, which is that red and gold brocade Superstar era fashion. I would, yeah, so I'm going to play around with her. That's why I'm doing this video, because I want to get her out of her costume. I mean, I do like the national costumes, but I don't really display them in national costumes. I kind of like them in fashions or contemporary fashions from the time that they were available, let's put it that way. But yeah, as you can see there are the two girls from that era. Now, my friend calls them, they're more sort of superstar ethnic superstar dolls. I prefer to think of them as superstar Barbies from another mother. Because, as I said, they weren't dolls of the world. They were, at the tail end of the superstar era, I guess, or, some people say the superstar era ended in the early 80s. So, yeah, she would have been, superstar era Barbies or superstar Barbies of different ethnicities there. So she's part of that range more than dolls of the world, I think. And so did my friend. So yeah, superstar Barbies from another mother, which I kind of love because I love the superstar era now. It was my era as a kid. That's when I discovered Barbie, really. Didn't like it as a collector for years and years, believe it or not. It was just vintage and modern, thought would never collect superstar ever. But here I am. And I love it because I love the fashions from that era. I remember that time as a kid. And even as a kid, you could sense the glamour of that time. You had Studio 54, you had disco, you had Charlie's Angels on TV, you had Saturday Night Fever. So yeah, you really had a sense of the glamour of that time. And all the Barbies that were released from that time, from Superstar era onwards, had that glamour, that was around as part of the zeitgeist, let's put it that way, as part of culture, part of pop culture. So on that rather cultural note, I guess, or what do you call it? I don't know, sociological note, let's debox Black Barbie once again and free her from her box and see what's in there. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at Hispanic Barbie's fabulous costume there. It's actually very popular among collectors. You can see that pleated white sheer blouse. It's all one piece, mind you. It's all just one dress there. The black waistband and that red skirt, which is double layered. It's like a tulle or a chiffon with a red tricot layer underneath. And, you know, the black strappy superstar era shoes there. And that fabulous shawl, the black knit shawl there. I actually wish that they did one with the floral pattern that they showed in the illustration. That would have been great, but still, it's a wonderful outfit. And of course, yeah, can't forget that little rose choker there. Very flamenco dancer, isn't it? She also came with the same accessories as Black Barbie. So she came with earrings that you could change from hoop earrings to dangly earrings, or just have them as the straight post earrings. She came with that little red floral, red rose ring that Black Barbie also has. So it's the same earrings, and she also comes with the same hair comb that Black Barbie had. So of course you can tell that they're both of the same series of two dolls, so that they belong together. Hence, that's why I'm doing the video together, because they shared, you know, the same accessories, similar, same sort of box design, same face mold. So they were two from the same series there. And I can't focus whatsoever today. I never can. Apologies there, but there you go. So yeah, let's re-debox, if that's a word. Let's do that with Black Barbie. Okay, let's have a look at Black Barbie in her box. So there's that fabulous illustration. I love that hairdo. She's black, she's beautiful, she's dynamite. I remember seeing this on the shelf thinking, wow, she's dynamite, I need to have her. But unfortunately, Maya at the time, back in 1980, they had a couple on the shelves. And as I said, never heard of her, didn't see her in any catalogs, didn't see her in any TV ads, but had to have her. And when I went back to get her, she was gone. She was drastically reduced too, I remember at the time. So I could have afforded her, but I thought, no, I'll get her next time. Silly me. I had to wait all this time to get her. But as I said, I did get her for a really good deal. Let's have a look at the other sides of the box. See what that says there. Gorgeous fashion model appearance. She certainly is. Glamorous possibility. Fashion jewelry. And as I mentioned, it's the same jewelry that came with Hispanic Barbie. So it's the same hoop earrings that can be changed to dangly drop earrings or the post earrings. The necklace and the hair combs are the same. So let me check it out so you can see the back of the box. There's that fabulous illustration on the back of the box. Aren't the illustrations fantastic from that era? Absolutely love them. And let's see what it says here. Gorgeous face and black hair, and we know where the face comes from. That famous Steffi mold. Stylish hair comb pick. Stud, hoop and dangle earrings. Modern necklace and ring. Arms that pose like a model's, like Superstar Barbie. Twisting waist, like Superstar Barbie. Fabulous bodysuit with wrap and snap disco skirt. Is that what it says? I've got to stop reading through the actual phone there. Yes. Wrap and snap disco skirt. It is a disco skirt. Very sexy. Shoes. Well, it's good she's got shoes to go dancing in, right? And many glamorous model poses. I think that says that on the Superstar Barbie box as well, doesn't it? Doll needs support to stand. Yeah, she doesn't come with a stand, unfortunately. But that's okay. So that's the back of the box there. Let's see the other side. I think this, yeah, it's the same. And you got the Mattel logo there. And the bottom... So she's made in Taiwan. Yeah, booklet printed in USA, balance made in Taiwan. Oh, we've got to show those as well, don't we? Fluff her hair with the pick. That fabulous afro-y hairdo. it's actually like a soft afro, really. It's like between an afro and a bubble cut, really. And how you can change the earrings. You can put the stud through the hole. There's little flowers on those studs, by the way, and on her comb, and not a little flower, like a rose or something. Like or you know, it's like an abstract rose or something like that. Anyway, or an abstract flower on them, and on the necklace as well. So let's. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's open her up and see what's inside. So there she is out of her box and still on her backing. As I said before, I have taken her out, but I put her back in. I still have the original baggies. I keep everything. I even keep the twist ties. I keep everything original and put it in the box there. You'll notice that the liner has torn a little bit on that ankle brace thing there. And that ankle, the bit that her ankles slide through or her legs slide through, but that's okay. There's the baggies there. One thing I should point out on the back of the box that I forgot, there's this nice little blurb there. All Barbie fashions fit Black Barbie doll, so she's ready for every fashion occasion. Isn't that great? And she has a circle of friends to play with. Hispanic Barbie, Christy, PJ, Ken, Skipper, and Scott. Dolls each sold separately. So you can see Hispanic Barbie was on her box there too. So I reckon they were, part of the same series there. A series of two, mind you, but Black Barbie and Hispanic Barbie. There is an Oriental Barbie, I was going to show her too, but she was the beginning of Dolls of the World, so I might, because I bought her an RFB years ago for next to nothing again. She was about $40. No one wanted her at the time. I mean, I think, she's being appreciated more now. And so I might do a video on her later on, and Dolls of the World, because I do have a couple of them. Not all in the boxes, but I do have a few, so might do that later. But yeah, you can see that, even her sister Hispanic Barbie is mentioned on the back of her box there. And of course she comes with those fabulous booklets that we all used to drool over as kids, right? If we were kids back then, some of you are much younger and don't remember the booklets, but they're pretty cool. I might go quickly over that one as well, just after this. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that face. Yeah, gorgeous. I love her lip colour too, that sort of shiny coral, and the hair. And I put her hoop earrings on and the necklace there. And there's that bodysuit, very disco, very Lorexy, glittery. There's that disco skirt. And there's her red strappy superstar sandal shoes there. And of course in the baggie, she's got her hair comb. I have played with it, as you can see. It's been on several dolls. It's been on Oriental dolls. It's even been on a few Darcy's, I think. Or in Erica, even, Darcy's friend. And there's the drop earring options that you can put onto the earrings if you want there. And of course, she's the Steffi face, as we said before, and the superstar Barbie body. It's exactly the same body. It's got the clip legs, twist waist, the superstar arms, so that's all exactly the same. But yeah, let's look at the booklet, and then we'll take her out, so we'll take her off her lining or her backing, so you can see her in more detail. And here's the 1979 or dated 1979 Barbie booklet that came with the doll. These were a great marketing tool by Mattel, because you would drool over everything in there, drool over the other dolls and have to have them, all the other fashions. So really great advertising idea for them. As you can see, it says Barbie World of Fashions. Genuine Barbie fashions are original in every way. We've read that a million times before, so I'm not going to go through that again. Also some tips on how to dress Barbie. When dressing Barbie, do it the way real fashion models dress. Slip her dress or skirt up over her feet and hips. The way real fashion models do, I think some of the others said. And there's dolls for the Barbie World of Fashion. As you can see, mine's a little ripped at the top there. I don't know whether it came that way or whether I did that through the years of just stuffing it back in the box. But that's okay. There's the wonderful Kissing Barbie, and you probably see my photos on Instagram at Fashion Doll Dreamer, where I've got Kissing Barbie and Kissing Christy, and there's Superstar Ken. They always put those two together, so I did that on a recent photo as well on Instagram. Pretty Changes Barbie, which was my very first Barbie doll that I bought, my real Barbie. I used to buy clones, or my parents used to buy clones for me, and I had a few Cindy's before then in the mid-70s, but Pretty Changes Barbie was my very first real Barbie that I bought myself with my own pocket money. Very exciting, from the mom and pop store nearby. I denied over millions of the dolls up there in the fashion centre in that little toy store, and my mum said, pick one now or else we're going. And so I thought she had more stuff with her. I wanted Superstar Barbie, who was out at the time. There was even an old Quick Curl Deluxe Barbie on the shelf. Also a Quick Curl Cara from 1975, which to this day I still rue not getting. I should have gotten her. But I'm glad I got Pretty Changes, because she came with, hair pieces and, different interchangeable fashion items, so you could change her look. So I thought she was better value, and she was marked down to about $7 or something at the time, I remember. So I could buy her, and a Superstar Barbie fashion, which was that red and gold brocade cape and dress, very disco-y. So I bought that as well with my pocket money that day. This is a very happy day. And Super Teen Skipper, I got her, I think, a year or so later. I have another one now. There's the Sun Love and Malibu gang. I had a few of those dolls too, with the tan lines, these were. I really want that Malibu Christie now. That Sun Love and Malibu Christie, I would love to have her. But she's so expensive, but maybe one day. And there you go. There's the designer originals. I have a few of these. I love City Sophisticate. I love that So Yves Saint Laurent. I've photographed that several times and really love it. It's very Saint Laurent when he was doing all that Russian Ballet Russe, all those fashions. The Ballet Russe collection he did in 1976, and then in 1977, very much like that. My friend has the Sleek and Chic. I really want that. Hi, Dean. And Velvet Touch was also a very Yves Saint Laurent fashion at the time. Again, very Russian peasanty, that sort of thing. So I have that one as well. Let's zoom in a bit more so you can see. There you go. Aren't they fabulous? Okay. It's a very, very, very long fold-out booklet. So I'll have to do this in stages, I guess. And there's some of the Barbie fashion favourites, and there's Fashion Photo PJ. She makes an appearance every now and then. Love that trench coat. I've done a video with Dean on that. You can see that. I'll probably link it down below. I think it was called All Weather or something like that, All Weather Fashion or whatever. Love that trench coat. One of my favourite outfits from that era. And also that disco glitter or whatever it was. I forget what it was called. Disco Dazzle, something like that. Next to it, I've got that as well. But I'll show you the rest of the booklet. And there you go. Aren't they great fashions? I really want that blue and brown one too, but I keep missing out on it. I don't mind that very pretty florally thing too. The dress looks like it's tied up, the multicolored one there. 1009, but I really want 1011 or 1011 or 1011 or whatever you want to call it. I really want that one too, because it's very 70s. It's very much what women wore at the time. Focus, but there's that wonderful trench coat 2768 with the boots. As my friend pointed out, very Meryl Streep and Kramer versus Kramer, and it is. And there's fashion collectibles. I have 2782. I had it as a kid and I have it again now. I love that fashion. Very casual jumpsuit. Really cool. And I have the other one. What is it called? 2780 with the frizzy hair. I love her. Yeah, I bought that dress too. And I wanted to frizz her hair out, Superstar Barbie's hair out like that. And I did. Well, it's not really showing, is it? There you go. Yeah, so I've got that one too. Let's have a look at the other side. And here's the other side. And there's Pretty Changes with her brunette wig. My Pretty Changes is wearing her brunette wig. I love her in that. Looks really good. Again, you can see the photos on Fashion Doll Dreamer on my Instagram account. And there's some other fashions too. I like that simple little red dress. And I love that purple and pink thing with the boots and the jumpsuit. Yeah, they're all cool. And then the Best Buys. Best Buys were, what I call pocket money fashions, because they were super cheap. You could get them everywhere. And a kid with their pocket money could get one for $1 or $2, I think, from memory back then. There's Fashion Photo Barbie again. In that little play suit that I remember my friend Jason from Too Hunky. He asked me to ID it, and I knew exactly what suit it was. I think I had that as a kid as well, back then. I love that paisley coloured jumpsuit. I love her hair. I think it's pretty changes with her fall. I need to do that one day. I need to replicate that, I think. And then you've got Ken and his fashion favourites. There's that trench coat that matches Barbie's. And again, it's in our video. I'll try to link it down below that Dean and I made on those trench coat fashions because we love them. He had a separate one on the Ken trench coat fashion that he got later on. But we did a joint one on the Barbie fashions. I think it's one of Dean's, not mine, because I wasn't recording videos back then. But I'll link it down below anyway. And then the Ken Fashion Collectibles. I have a few of those. I love the Ken logo t-shirt and that trousers. I've got that. I've even got the 3/4 length cargo pants there. Those cut-off cargo pants. And my top's a little different. They came out with different varieties of that top. Mine's sort of like a see-through striped mesh there. And I'll show you the rest of that very long fold-out booklet. And there we have, at the end of the booklet, some of the Skipper fashion favourites and the fashion collectibles there. I have that yellow and red and orange or whatever striped one there, 2805, but my stripes go the other way, so it's a very rare variation where the stripes go vertically instead of horizontally, which actually is a lot more flattering on Skipper, I think. But there's her very cute fashions there, and then there's the cover of the booklet. You can see it's dated 1979. Okay, let's have a look at Black Barbie herself. And here she is, off her lining, or box liner I should say, in her wonderful outfit. I just popped her on the stand there. You can see those fabulous cutouts on the bodysuit there, and that gold embellishment detail. There we go, we're focusing. And there's a close-up of her face again. Isn't she beautiful? And she's got her necklace on and her hoop earrings. And there's that disco skirt. It drapes so beautifully, doesn't it? And just her shoes. And, oh, I won't do it now because it's just me and I don't have anyone to help here. So it's just me filming it. So I will take off that skirt so you can see the body suit underneath. And there she is in the bodysuit underneath the skirt. And I'll show you the wrap skirt there. And it just has two press studs on the other side, it's just gathered there. Very simple, but I'll show you the other side there. Yeah, it's just two press studs there. And there's the bodysuit, and there's that glittery Lurex, and I'll turn her around without trying to ruin everything. And you can see that it's backless there. I put the tape on myself. On her necklace there just to keep it in check because it kept moving around. And there you go. So yeah, and that's the back of the bodysuit. And there you have it. There's Black Barbie from 1979. You also have Hispanic Barbie, which I showed you earlier, also from 1979. I'll probably show some photos now that I took of Black Barbie several years ago using the Darcy disco backdrop. So I'll show those now. I'll also show you Hispanic Barbie in her new outfit that I was telling you about. It worked out really well. And I put her in the Arco 1985 office playset. So I'll show you all those photos so you can have a look. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please watch all my other videos. Happy Easter, and bye for now.